go through these questions, the questions that Karen sent, because they're pertinent to stuff that you're going to run into, and also, especially with new people too. So I started recording. Let me bring up. One of the questions that Karen asked is dealing with the tax incentives. She says, of course, she understands, and most everybody understands how the tax incentives work, the ITC credits and stuff like that. They get 30%, but she asked, dealing with how do I learn about details other than incentives from Geostellar for the customers. She has one in the Austin Energy residential solar rebate area. It's all pertinent to your area, what you have going on. What incentives are available. It's something that you really need to take a look at for your area where you're at, to try and learn what's available other than the ITC credits. Of course, dealing with commercial, they got the ITC credit, and they get the also get the excuse me, I went blank, depreciation aspect also. But there's in some areas, I had a guy just sign on Sunday. He's over in the Tyler area, and I told him they have an encore over there that they deal with incentives and stuff like that. The one thing that I want to bring up, I'm gonna share my screen for y'all real quick here, and let me. That's the wrong one. First thing of all to look up would be I've got this page here, and I'll post this up for y'all to save. I want to shrink myself down. Okay. This is, I've already typed in the Austin page right here. Let me wipe this out, and I'll get the plain page for you. So, let's go back. See if this will bring me to the right page I want. The best thing to do is to, and I think Jenny had posted this a while back, or Todd, one of the shows we did, one of the webinars we did a couple weeks ago, but I've got that also. But what you want is this address right here for the zip code area. And it's like automatically it's bringing up my location. But what we want to do is just type in the area for what she was asking about was Austin. And the reason I'm going through this process is I want to show you something, especially with the bigger cities. There's even in our area, there's 5 or 6 different zip codes and stuff. And I'll show you why this is pertinent to what we want to look up on dealing with the incentives. Okay, here it comes. And I've got this address up here, and I'll post it in the chat here in a minute for y'all so everybody can copy it. Okay, here's the Austin area, the zip codes. I'll zoom in on it. I'll just pick one. Let's do right here. Looks like the middle 78751. And the reason for that is I've also got this page here, and this is the one I was talking about that Todd and I think Jennifer and maybe Karen might have posted this. This is the DSIR Energy Center. Now, for your area, you can, what was that? 75, excuse me, I went blank from what it was. 78756. Okay.
Is anybody else getting a lot of feedback from when Lane speaks?
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Well, I figured I'd ask when you were recording.
How's that now?
That seems to be a little better.
Is that better?
I'm gonna mute. Maybe if we all mute.
No, what it was my speaker, my cord. I think that was the problem.
It seems to be coming in a little better. It
Uh,
kind of like, sounded like a speaker rattling.
Yeah, it might have been where I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. Okay, so this page here, once
Here it goes again.
I still hear it. See if that works. Because I don't want. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay. All right. I just had moved it. Now there it goes. Hang on. I'll be back.
I just thought the speaker was loud on my side.
Well, I just
Jeremy,
figured
now
things-
you're echoing.
That's
You're
good.
echoing, Jeremy.
Recording
Everybody
it.
just mute out when you're not talking. It'd be easier.
That's probably what it was. Somebody was picking up on it.
talk again.
All right, what about now?
Oh, I don't care. I just wanted to hear if it was doing it yet.
Yeah, that somebody's microphone was picking up and it was echoing back.
How's that?
That's a lot clearer.
Okay. Just another.
Now,
I don't know what's going on. How's that?
that sounds good.
Okay, I moved the speaker. Maybe it was that pen was causing interference on my shirt. Okay, the reason you need to look up, what is going on? The reason you need to, I don't know what's going on, folks. I'm sorry, but you need
He's
to look
getting
up.
frustrated. He looks frustrated as hell. He's getting red in the cheeks. Now he's laughing. You there?
All right, hold on a second.
We're laughing with you.
All right, let me try it. The reason we go through this is to try and get the zip code, but you have to have it first because each city, each state, each county, whatever, each one has their own based up incentives, and you can get through them through this page right here. And we've got the Austin zip code. If y'all can see, I'm holding the speaker up away from everything. I gotta love it. Okay, now when you get in here, there's 62 programs that match the filters. You can apply, click on here and apply different filters. You can go through and choose solar, photovolic. But I just want to show you. See, there's El Paso electric energy lines. There's all different aspects of the programs that are available for your area. Geostellar, as Karen said, when she got one back from Geostellar, they automatically had the Austin residential program in there, and that's this one right here. To find out if it's available for those folks, Karen, what we're going to do is I'm going to click on this and we're going to go through what it will bring up. There's an individual, it's a basic overview, like I said, program overview of what's available for this aspect in this area. It's the rebate, but they talk about how it can deal with water heaters, heat pumps, air conditioners. On the residential, then what it does is it breaks it down, and what we're looking for is the solar. And if you see in the Austin area, for each per watt, they get anywhere from 50 cents to $1. You can click on this one, go through, and it should bring you more information on how to file for it, Karen, like you had mentioned earlier when we talked about it. This should bring you to the actual page to where you can actually find out how they can apply for it, possibly what's left and available. See the residential right here, rebates and incentives. You can click learn more, ventilation, lighting, and so on and everything. There's also a way that you can contact the utility itself. And you can go into the utility page when you find out what utility is. It's available. You can go there. Most of them in this area, we don't have them in our East Texas area, but over in the Encore area, they do have them. And I go directly to the utility that the customer has, and I go to that utility site, and I go to their website, and I look it up and see what's available and if there's any left. As of right now in the Tyler area over here to the west of us, I don't believe there's any residential left, but there's still some commercial left. A lot of companies, a lot of utilities will do that. They'll separate them where you can do commercial. And if you saw on that last page, I'll back it up here in a minute. On the last page, what happens is right here. It's just you're just doing a lot of schooling yourself to go through, because everything, every county, city, state is different. So there's just that's where Geostellar has come in, where it's important, and I'll show you in the area. It happens to be under the energy aspect, Karen, that it should pop up if it's available to that customer, and I'll bring that page up here in a little bit. But right now, you figure the person's got a 10 kW, 10,000 watt. That would be, if they went to $1, they'd have another $10,000 off their system. If it's only 50 cents, they're talking about another $5,000 off their system. So that's great thing. San Antonio's really good in Texas with some of the incentives they have. But then on the East Coast and of course in California, stuff like that, they have great incentives also. It'd be nice if the rest of the country would start catching up, but they're working on it. So, but that's what I wanted to just show y'all on that aspect. I will put the chat up here in a minute, but I wanted to go to the Geostellar Breezio. I've got one more I want to go to, and I want to show you, Karen, the area that it should pop up when you're doing a proposal, everybody, when you're doing a pre-assessment. Once you put in the address and stuff, it should be underneath the banners under energy. And I'll just bring this page up, I'll log in, and I'll show you real quick where that's at. Excuse me. I got a lot of Windows tabs open, so it's kind of slowing down. So
That's a sign of intelligence.
what's that?
Lots of windows open.
Well, I probably only got one or two right now, so.
You're tired.
I was, like I talked to Karen earlier, I was in shutdown mode today. All right, let me move this. I'm sharing my screen. There it is. That's off before to minimize it. There we go. All right. Yeah. Now, one thing I do want to pass along to y'all on this, if you get anybody that signs up, since I'm at this screen right here, everybody can see it, correct? Well, those of you that don't. What you want to do is you want to make sure they do not click Google or Facebook to sign up. That you want them to go to sign up down here. Why it's so small down here and I've got this up here, I don't know. But for anyone that's in crew that goes in, I walked one of the guys through Sunday on this to click sign up for him to get into this. But what we want to do is we want to log in. And I'm not going to punch in a new customer. I'm just going to go to my console, everybody. I'm going to snatch one from right there. See if my neighbor's in here. I can pull this up real quick. Let's try this one. And see, I got non-responsive on this one after a proposal, so I've got to get back with her and try, and I can't get any return on there. Come on, screw it. Okay, it should be under, oops, energy right here. Let's click on this. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it should be, excuse me, we're not dealing with the electric company, we are dealing with the incentives. I'm sorry, folks. Okay. Now, the crew plus is added. And right here, you see this stuff right here, Karen? We're talking about you get the residential ITC credit. The software is pretty smart, so it will come up. It's showing the CoServe solar energy rebate. That's not available here, and neither is the SWEPCO Smart program. There is a SWEPCO Smart program for North Texas and Central Texas, and that's where some of this applies. And you can see it's pretty big application, $15,000. But if you have any questions on it, Karen, what you can do is this link right here that Geostellar has in here, and I know they're continuously updating and adding more stuff, but it should show up in your pre-assessments like this once you type in the address and start moving forward. But you can click on the link right here, if there'll be any point for it to load up. And let's try it again. There we go. All right. Now, what this does is you can then go into this site, everybody, and see when I was telling you that AEP SWEPCO one, see it's showing this is the residential right here. This is Texas Central and Texas North. This is over near Dallas. This is over in Central Texas, like say down little towards Austin and stuff. But that's why it's important that you actually understand which utility, when you're dealing with a customer, which one you have that you're getting, because then you can go in, if it's in the Geostellar pre-assessment right there, you can click this and look at it and see what will be available to them. Now, you've got non-residential, and of course, then you've got, I think there's commercial. No, this is not the commercial one. This is showing residential right now. But it's showing what's available. Yeah, non-residential, excuse me. This is the commercial aspect. 80 watts for the first 10 kW system. Anything 30 to 100 kW, they're going to get 25 cents a watt. So if you're talking about 100 kW, folks, they're looking at, what is that? Come up to $25,000, I believe. 100 kW system, I think so. It comes out to about $25,000, I believe. I'm not going to do the math right now, but everybody knows how to run a calculator and stuff. But on the residential aspects right now, they had 360,000 available. North Central, they had 162,000, 90,000 residential, 72,000, and then of course Central like that. Incentives for the year 2017. Each one of those links that you saw back on. I'm sorry, folks. I'm talking to myself. I'm not quite awake tonight. All right. Yeah, right here, back here. Each one of the potential incentives, other incentives that you have besides the federal ITC credit, you can click on these links and look in here. And there's even the link for the federal ITC credit if you want to learn a little more on that aspect when you're talking and dealing with folks. So, let me. I want to go back to that one. There we go. Okay. Now, Karen, I hope that helps on that first question right there. Right now, let me look at the second question she has. Everybody, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I've got these saved. Let me bring these up, and I will put these in here for you. Here's the coming up. I'll put in the zip code webpage for you. I'll put it in here. Okay, that's a page that you can if you want to know what you can do, you can just go like this and highlight it, everybody. If you click right on it, it'll bring you right to the webpage. But you can click and highlight it, hit Control C, open up your notebook on your computer right now, and you can save it right there till after, or you can write it down right now. But that's just a quicker way for you to save. Do that one. All right, let me get this other one for you real quick, and then I'll move on to Karen's second question she had. All right, and I think Jenny or some of y'all, this is the one y'all posted last week, but this is, I'm just putting it up here again, and there you go, right below it. Oh, I'll put them right together, didn't I? Yeah, put them right together. I don't know why it did that. Well, let's try this. Let me do this. There we go. Now, there you go. I got it separated there. And this other one here, I hope y'all got that one. It stops right there at .org if you hadn't already got it. Okay? got that. Now, second question Karen had tonight was, this is dealing with solar apartments, solar on apartments, excuse me. And she had asked all the question and the availability of solar being on apartments or stuff like that. And what's available is that if it's the owner, they can put the solar panels on the apartment complexes, on the duplexes. They have the availability to do that. What she was asking along the lines was dealing with the tenants that are already there and the people coming in. If the owner of the apartment complex, even though the people are doing individual electric, each unit, the owner of the complex has the availability to do what they want to their building. They can put the solar on there. What they can then do is turn around and give a credit to the people that have leases or renting. They can say, look, I'm going to give you, $25 a month credit on your electric bill because I have done solar. Now, as community solar moves across, it'd be more viable for them because they'd be able to, plug right into all the units, would be able to plug right into it like this. But the owner of the complex has had the availability to do what they would like dealing with the solar. Now, she mentioned that maybe they need a lawyer possibility and stuff. And that's where the aspects and I emailed Jason Moyet and asked him to confirm some stuff, and I haven't got anything back from him yet, but I'm sure I will in no time. But that's where when we put in the information, we let them know that it is a apartment complex unit. They will then work along that lines, and they can reach out, and that's where you can put together a three-way call. Jason or David Chittle or I'm trying to remember the other guy's name over at Solar Site Design. Another one I think that helps with dealing with financing and design. But they will set up and do a three-way call with you to talk to and answer any questions that the owners may have along that lines. Dealing with financing and stuff, but along the lines of the individual breakdowns, it might be a little more complicated along the lines. It might not be feasible, but that's where these guys and gals over there come in because they understand all the aspects of dealing with a apartment complex, which is a commercial entity. It is not individual residential stuff like that. It is a commercial entity because it's owner, and that's part leading into another question that Karen asked. How do we distinguish between residential and commercial? Okay. What happens is residential is the homeowner. They own a home flat out, that's residential. If a person owns a duplex, they own a fourplex, and they lease it out to folks. That would be considered a commercial entity. If Jeremy, and I think Jeremy went across this one time with a farmer or something like that, if there is a business name and they receive a utility bill under a business name, that is considered a commercial project. Now, farmers are different line, say, because they have in some incentives they have some government grants and stuff like that, potentials there. But those are considered, that's the way the distinction between a residential and a commercial aspect is figured up is if they've got an actual commercial utility bill, then they are considered commercial. But along the lines, say a guy has a duplex and he wants to add solar to them capabilities, he has that capability of doing that in individual. Now, right now with somebody already in a lease, it might be a little more difficult to connect with it. That's something I'm waiting for that I specifically asked Jason about. What can happen there is that he can put them on there, and any new leaseors, renters, he can apply to the contract to them that, hey, you're getting, your electricity's paid for. If they can get it 100% from the usage from the both sides or a fourplex or something like that, what he can do is he can say, hey, I'm going to knock down, instead of their electric bill being $200 a month, he might be able to get them in at 175 and include that in, you know, dealing with their rent, stuff like that, and give them a break in the area. But eventually, once that system's paid off, that's just a moneymaker for the commercial guy, for the duplex owner, the, you know, quad. Now, when you start getting into the bigger aspects of the apartments and stuff like that, it can become a little more so. But if you have an all utilities paid complex, it's a win-win for them. They're paying the utilities. Okay, they're paying that utility bill. If it's all utilities, or if it's just electrical utility paid, you know, say they don't pay the water, say they pay the electrical and stuff. That's a win-win aspect, because when the owners of the complex put the solar panels, whether they ground mount carports, you can do them as carports if they don't have the room on the roofing aspects. They can do the ground mounts. They can do the carport mounts. Once that system's paid off, that is nothing but money back in their pocket that's going out of their pocket right now every month, and it's a win-win along that aspect. Okay, let me look and make sure I got it. Okay, she was asking about new folks on generating revenue generating activities. All right, I want to post along to everybody and make it right here, right now. You do not need to know everything on this business. I still have no idea on a lot of this stuff. What you need to know is you want to get, let me bring it up. Okay, where did I have it? It's right here. Okay. All right, right here. If you do not have this brochure, I can get you one. If you do have it, great. What you want to do is right here. Crew, 100% finance, zero down, solar ownership, solar in 48 states. 5 reasons: price match guarantee, long performance, local installers, reduce your produce and store, reduce breakdown, energy management. Solar made simple. That's what you're trying to get across to people. We are trying, you are educators, okay? You are to become your solar professional in your area. When people talk about solar, they are going to want to come to you. And as people get solar on their places and get referrals, they're going to come through you. They're not going to start going out reaching, especially when we have a price match guarantee, we have equipment performance, we have the $1 million solar guarantee, the lowest price guarantee, lifetime monitoring, maintenance, support, and guarantee. We have the best program and options out there for them. And this is what you want to get before them. This is what you just need to understand. This is what you need to learn. Is zero down, finance 100%. Solar ownership. You own the system. You are not leasing from the utility company anymore. And like I mentioned last week or 2 weeks ago, well, my utility company is building a solar farm. Oh, that's great, but guess what? You're still going to be renting your utility, your electrical from them. You don't own it. After I'm this month, as of right now, this month in 11 years, I will have 100% ownership of my solar power. I won't have to deal. I have to deal with a little meter, and maybe right now, when my kids living here right now, still grandkids, I got about $100 with the electric company right now. It was zero a couple times as adjustments in that, but I will own the system, so I will not have to deal with that. Another one I wanted to look at, and I thought I had it up already. Sorry, folks. Come on now. Let's do this. And there we go. New commercial. This is one that I received from Jeremy, and I got from Jason Lawyer a while back too. On this one, this is pretty close, similar to the commercial brochure we had a while back. And let it load up. Okay, this is similar to the one we had before, but they've added the steps in here. Now this is dealing with commercial. Okay, gather and submit your utility bills. Together we review your solar plan for market participation. You can, and let me tell y'all something. You can reach out to Jason Laureate and them over there and deal with the commercial, and they'll be glad to help and answer questions you have. Especially if you have a potential customer that's in there and you're just wanting to know information. They'll gather competitive quotes from local installers that they have, depending on what they have. I think we might have 2 in this area that we deal with for commercial. And together they'll help you compare and choose an installer. Okay. This is what we help them do. Need financing, they'll help with the financing or the installers. Why work with Crew and Solar Site Design. This is just another brochure aspect. If you don't have this one, I can get it to you later on. All y'all have to do is just email me. All right, I'm gonna stop my share here real quick. All right, but the one thing that you need to understand, truly, you do not need to know everything. You need to be able to let them know that, look, what we want to do is we want to take, you're already paying for your solar panels, both commercial and residential. You're already paying for them, people. And they're like, what do you mean? Do you have a utility bill? Well, of course. Then you're already paying for your panels. We try and integrate and work in it, get them right, the same amount. Might be a little more, might be less, or with incentive areas, it's going to be less. And that's what we want to deal with. Okay, I got a question here. My understanding that commercial versus residential was based on the meter and the bill from the utility. If it's a very large, the thing about this way, Linda, there's some homes, big homes around this area. They might run about 15 kW or 20 kW. I mean, really, there's some really big places around here. If it's a home where the people live in, it's considered a residential home. That's pretty much a residential. The commercial aspect, dealing with it with a small business, the auto parts store down the street, of course that's going to be a residential. I think the smallest that they've mentioned that they might go to is a 20K on the commercial aspect, just for the fact that they would like to get solar on that place. On the top end, there's no limit. Okay. Yeah, Tommy, they're very accommodating, but Jason and them are nothing there but to help you, and same with all of them over at Geostellar. Now, some of the basic questions and stuff like that, that's something that we can kind of look up. There's stuff, and like Karen even mentioned, stuff, frequently asked questions and stuff like that. Most of the time, I know there's not a frequently asked question section that I know of offhand. There might be in the manual, the crew manual, frequently asked questions spot right in there. Some of the stuff you can look at. One of the things that you can do is you can go into your personal jointhecrew.com site, click on frequently asked questions. When Rob first started this back, got going, and we were with Dividend had a frequently asked questions section. I literally went through every one of the frequently asked questions that Rob had up on the webpage when they first started, and I went through the Dividend frequently asked questions site. I went through every frequently asked question and read the answers to learn the stuff. Now, granted, things have changed since we're not with Dividend anymore and stuff like that, and I would have to go into Geostellar Breezio. Those people are there, and they're really happy to help you if you have one. You can post it in the chat session. If you're not connected with Alex and stuff like that, you can do it in a chat. You can email them at support over there at Geostellar, and they're equipped to get back with you to answer questions. They want to help us, believe me, they really do. And they're really great people over there. Let me just bring up one more Geostellar. No, I can't do that. It won't. I cannot minimize the screen, folks. Let me close this down here. Okay. Now what we want to do is close that down. Now, offhand, while I'm searching from this, anybody have a question? Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I'm trying to see.
Hey, Lane.
Yes. All right. Go ahead. Who is it?
I just going to ask. I know we got a few people on this week that weren't on last week. last week we went through putting in a lead in Geostellar. But I just wondering if, because there were a few that, pretty much everybody knew how to do it, but yet it was a good refresher course. And I was going to ask, because we got some people on this week that we didn't have last week, and everybody seemed to figure, it's like, hey, that was helpful, where we helped them tweak it and so forth. And I just want to ask, did anybody need any help with it? Anybody need to touch base on it or refresh a course? Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. It's just a case of, hey, it's a good refresher course. Because who was it we had last week?
Ray Osborne.
Ray Osborne. And we were helping Ray do that, and then everybody else started realizing stuff that they might have missed or overlooked. So, if anybody needs a refresher course or just quick tweak on it or something, speak up and we'll go through it and do that too.
And
Whatever y'all need, that's what we're here for.
One thing I want to show everybody, if you're registered with Geostellar.com, you should be registered with Geostellar Breezio. They're two separate things. Geostellar.com is what you input your pre-assessment, your customers are good. You can see I'm already logged into my Geostellar Breezio. Okay. In this area, excuse me, everybody, you can click on training, and right away, Alex Quick Start Guide. That's a good area to go through and go in there. I have some information, Geostellar create account. The reason I got there is because if you're already in Geostellar, you already got an account created. That's no problem. But this is for you to learn how to help your other folks. But what I wanted to point out is you can go to groups. And I think everybody that's on here right now, I've got you in my group. If not, just email me and I'll add you. But you can go to go-to page. And this is in Geostellar Breezio. You can go to right here, articles, and this is in the core group. I post articles in here. See, 2 months ago, I posted I posted some of them. 21 days ago, I did was ERO solar. I try and post up information in here. It's back off. It's a little different than Facebook. There's videos. This is where I put the videos. Besides on my YouTube thing, I've got them in here. Okay, folks? So if you're wondering and you're scanning through YouTube and trying to look for stuff, the ones I'm doing here, the crew-based going on training, Zoom, answering questions, partners, follow-up on the walkthrough Geostellar profile on 4 or 5. Granted, some things have changed. I have not posted up the one from Ray Osborne from last week that we did. I've got to get permission from him, from the customer, okay? Because, as some of y'all that were on here last week, he had the customer's name and information, and I do not want to post anything until we get a approval from the customer, okay? So help me bear with on that. But I do have dealing with fundraisers from Geostellar. We have question and answers from about shows, the basic training, choosing residential to start. And let me tell you, if you're new to crew or you have new people coming in, the quickest way for them to earn income is through residential. Okay, folks. You can click on in this area in documents. I have the PACE metrics information on PACE. And you see that was a while ago. I haven't had anything. I've been adding a lot of, building up a lot of stuff. I'm getting ready to start posting back in here. The crew co-op membership enrollment form from 2016 here when people are looking about it. So if you're not quite sure, I'm trying to update. I've got, like I said, I've got a list built up of things that I will start answering. Dashboard, I've got here for the Texas group, installer sign up page links. If you want, folks, you can grab some of these and put them into your individual states if you'd like, or you can send me a note and I'll try and get stuff there. But create an event, you can create an event. But say you want to add a video, what you do, or an article. Let me show you do the video. I just clicked on create a video event. What it does, this page will come up, okay? You can paste your YouTube video right here. You just paste it, and that's where I'll paste this one tonight. I'll paste it in here. And once I get it in there, then I can choose Texas, Alabama, Illinois, North Carolina, the ones that I have availability to post on. I'll put it right there, and then you click create, and then all of a sudden you've got it right there in your videos. You go back here. If there's an important article that you've read that you think would be pertinent in this area for anybody, and the reason I say this is because Facebook, you can get in there and get lost in a lot of stuff, even though they've got stuff in files. But I try and add stuff to this that would be helpful for you, and that's why I wanted to kind of talk about Geostellar Breezio tonight, to let you know you can log in here and you can go look. Oh, I think he posted the video, or I didn't get the YouTube video from him. You can go in here and I'll have it posted up either tonight. Because some of our videos take a while to our webinars take a while to load up. But you can type in the link right here of the article that you say you're online and you run across something, and you can post it there, and you can click import it, and this thing will automatically take it for you and upload it. Now, if it can't do it, I've run across a couple that says you don't have permission or something like that, then so be it. That's the way it is. You can have discussions. You can type in discussions here. And I want to show you another thing in a minute. You can type in a title, subtitle. You can post information that you may have, a story or something like that. You can post it in there, and you can go from there. All right. And let me back it up here again, quick. And I want to show you down here in the chat area. Okay, there we go. When you first log into Geostellar Breezio, I wanted to show you all this. If you're looking for somebody and you'd like to connect with them, you just type on people and come over here. It's like the other day, the new guy had logged on. He was wondering about some of the training, and I said, well, we have it here. You just click it, type in Alex, and boom, there's two right here. There's Charles Alexander, and the guy asked me, he goes, is he Alex? Is he in the green shirt? I said, yes, he's in the green shirt. You can go to Alex's profile then. You can then follow him. You can send him a message. And it should give you then access dealing with the training. You click on him, underneath the training. And right here, start here, check it out. And this is information that Alex has posted up for you to walk through for new people if they like. Okay, let me stop sharing my screen unless anybody has a question while I'm here real quick. Oh, post and take. Oh, and notifications, if you're new, will be right here. You can click on them. It's the little air balloon. Bruce Derry posted a month ago. Alex posted a month. There's just information, stuff in there. You can type you're welcome. And I think this is notifications. That's just, I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Notification. This is Thomas comment, connecting on crew mentors and stuff like that. It's just information. New people that come in, like Thomas, he says, this is where you introduce yourself to Alex and them, say hello, and then everybody else in crew can get to see it. I see Miss Jenny's got some in there and stuff. But it's pretty neat. It's just an update of things that are happening, and I just want to let you all know that on that one. Okay, I'm going to stop the share here, folks. Okay, questions? Yes, Jenny.
Oh, I'm actually typing it in right now, so
All right.
here we go. There we go.
Apparently her typing's better than mine. Mine's hunting fake.
You know, so the sites are linked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I tell you what, Jenny, you can, if you'd like, you can do it. Or actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and I don't know how, because you know the software what they're dealing with. I actually had to send some stuff to Rob because I had a lady that I sent to my site, and
Yeah.
she got all the information in Spanish. And I got with Rob and I got with Daniel Stouffer both. And I had the lady forward me the information she got, you know, because she was taking a look at joining the company. And I forwarded that to Rob, and then Rob got right back with me and said, Lane, we're working on this, thanks. You know, I said, I don't know who else might be having this, if somebody sent them to their join the crew site and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, if there was a like, all right, so we go back to our own personal business website,
Right. Mhm.
jointhecrew.com
Right.
/minusvenus.
Right.
In there, say in the resource library or whatever,
Mhm.
it would really, I think, be beneficial if there was like just a link that you could just click on and it would take you straight to the Breezio platform. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. And the reason I brought that up is because
Because
we
that
can.
way they can go straight to your training and they can, you know, if they know
Right.
how to navigate.
Right. The reason I brought that up about Rob and them, I didn't mean to like Jeremy fly around the airport. But the reason I brought that up is because we can contact Rob and we can contact Daniel Stouffer, and they might be able to throw something in there.
Is Daniel Stouffer the one that's putting that together? The
Daniel,
links and all the.
Daniel Stouffer is the one that was handling all the crew websites and email stuff and that. That's Daniel Stouffer.
Is he still doing the emails for the new people?
I think I still have mine.
Oh, because I haven't had a new person. I didn't know if they're still automatically sending out that series of emails.
I don't think they're actually reaching out, but I still keep my email. I know Mike Powers has his. I've got mine because what I do with mine is I send me stuff to myself.
Yeah.
So I can get right to it. My eTech Solar at Outlook is mine for business. But if I need something that I want to save or this file, I send it there because then I can go in there and I can look and go, oh, I forgot about that. And so that's why. And I actually have altogether, I probably have about 10 emails, everybody. All different ones, personal stuff, a couple for business, other things like that. But the one that I got from Daniel Stouffer, I deal with that crew for stuff that I want, that I sell.
But now, don't you have in your particular page at the Geostellar platform, and I just know this just from the beginning when I first started to learn who you were, you had the very first training available in the Geostellar.Breezio, and it did kind of follow some of those emails, right, from Daniel? Do you know what I'm saying? Like the step, the process of going through the initial orientation.
I think it is in the original ones. Yeah, Alex is the original one that had up some of the training, and I did one that Danny Bismarck did. And Danny Bismarck, hey, if y'all get a chance, you can go in and look at Danny Bismarck's information. Danny Bismarck's got some really good information up on his aspect. Danny's a really smart guy. Get in there and check out some of his stuff. I've learned some things, and he contacted me, and every now and then we get back and forth with each other. But he's really a smart, brilliant guy, and I would get in there and check into some of his stuff. And that's why I was showing you the back office of Geostellar Geostellar Breezio, excuse me, is because it is really kind of, it's offset. It's not so much open book, Facebook stuff. And to let you know, if you do put information in there, like in the chat session, or you get in there and you post a question or notification, some people might answer. I do get a notification when something's been put in there.
Oh, okay.
On my phone.
Your email?
Yeah, on my phone. So I can get in and I can check and I can say, well, let's see, Jenny posted a thing or Karen posted something, and I can click on it and I can go into Geostellar Breezio and I can look up the notification and I can read what you might have had. But to let you know that aspect. That's some of the little neater things. You have to really get in there and play around. It took me a while to learn some of that back there, but now that I've learned some of it, it's really easy to function and move around through there and do stuff. And like say I want to reach out to all of y'all, I can go to the group, Texas group that's in, and that's not just saying you or and Todd that aren't in, but you're included in the Texas group. I can do a notification to each one of you in the group area under people manage. I can click on that and I can send you an email right from there from me to everybody.
Oh.
Like Jason Loyette, even Rob Styler and some of them that are connected on there. I can send, or I can individually pick each one of you out and send one from there. I can, just like my email program, but it can go from there directly to you. I would definitely suggest going into your the Geostellar Breezio area, click on your picture and do your profile. If you've looked, I've gone in and typed up information, my past history and stuff like that in there, and then upgraded the profile and put my picture in there and stuff like that. To let new folks coming in who I am, what I may or may not know, and that I'm willing to help, and my information's there and stuff like that. And it's a little different than the geostellar.com for the residential aspect and the plus or minuses there in doing the pre-assessments and stuff. But the Geostellar Breezio back platform, I do like it. And I know some of y'all that are in there, I send you out an email, but you may get an email through Geostellar Breezio too when I create the event. It says, do you want to send an email out? And I said, yes. I just go ahead and do it. All right, great. All right, any questions, folks?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's just such a wealth of information. I think maybe a lot of people aren't aware, and
yeah. And,
you know, that's where you have to kind of take a leadership role and share with people, because you know, if they're not directed there, they don't really know to go there and use that as a resource.
right, and that's why I kind of wanted to, because I was really trying to think about what I wanted to go through today, and that's why I posted it, you know, and it was a little later. I'm sorry, I completely forgot today was Wednesday. After this
Yeah,
weekend,
it's weird because of the holiday.
yeah,
Everything
it kind of threw
feels
me
like
for
Monday.
threw me for a loop. I was out doing some stuff, and I went, oh, I got to get an email out. And then I got the text from you and all the stuff, and my phone's all, I've always got so many and there's stuff going on. I said,
You're
oh,
a
that's
man
right.
in demand.
I was a man in shutdown mode today, folks. And Jeremy knows. Once I get that way, my wife saw me walk in today, and she goes, well, I need you to go to the store and do this. I turned around, walked out, and came back. But I don't mind helping any of y'all, and you know that. You can reach out to me. If I don't get right back to you right away, you know I will. But I'm glad to help, try and answer questions. And like I said, if you need these links that I've got, I can resend them to you. Just email me. If any questions you have, just email me back. But as Karen was mentioning, one thing you need to know, you do not need to know everything here. Learn the brochure, the information that you want to explain to the people. If you don't know everything, don't worry. Say, look, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know that offhand, but I will get the answer. And if you want, you can text me right then. Okay.
We'll just contact Jeremy or Elaine.
Yeah.
Well, I know who can help you.
Right.
Put you on speed dial.
That's what I'm saying with the aspects of the phone. Jeremy's a little harder to reach during the day, but you can text right then, and I'll get the text, and I'll get it right back to you. I'll answer you the question. It's no problem at all.
Yeah, usually if I get a text or something, it's usually I'll usually be able to answer you back about lunch between 11:30 to 12:30 and after 5:30 Central. So just sometimes, like I said, when I'm in that unit, you know, if I get a text, I could blow us up around here and Lane go with us. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. That place
Yeah,
out
you're
there,
within the 45 mile blast radius.
I'm within that blast range. Yeah. Now where
You're within 45 miles.
Yeah, but no. But sometimes I might be driving. I might be doing something. But I will get back with y'all. Usually I have my phone on me all the time. If it's just a quick text and you need a quick answer, I can text you right back right away. Phone call is a little different, you know, sometimes, but I can reach out to you. But just let you know, don't worry about knowing everything. Okay.
I think Karen's got something before she loses her thought.
Yeah, go ahead, Karen.
Thanks, Jeremy. So first, I just want to say thank you for recording. I had all those great questions. And then the call I got was a new crew member. And we finally had connected, so I went ahead and took that. And so that's great. And knowing, since I knew we were already recording, I'll come back and do that.
Yeah.
The other thing is, so he and I and one of his new members are going to meet at 9:15 tonight. I've used Join Me before for connecting. You guys are using, I forget
Zoom.
what is it? Zoom. You don't need to show me, but can I just go online? It is going to be pretty easy to learn how to set up a free Zoom account.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not that complicated. You can go to Zoom.
Will I be able to set a Zoom account for myself?
Yeah.
And then as we start, give them the authority, because I want them to practice being on their computer as we go onto Geostellar and set somebody up. I want it on their keyboard, and I'll talk to them, but I want them to be doing it. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Jenny posted in her zoom.us for setting up your account.
Okay.
And the thing is that's really, Karen, that's the biggest reason we went with Zoom is because they'll be able to see on their screen where they can share screen, and that way you can see what they're doing. And like I told Jenny, you can do free 45 minutes. You know, it's free. You know.
Okay. Well, and that's funny. I'm glad to limit it that. And so next week I'll put them on the call.
Okay.
When I
That'd be
joined
great.
the crew, I felt like the information, it was like somebody had opened a fire hydrant. There was too much. And then I couldn't focus. So I'm helping them hopefully to focus, and they already are putting people in, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll slowly get them more information. So next week, hopefully they'll,
Yeah.
one or all three of them will be on the call. And they're in Texas too. So they're,
And let me let everybody, let y'all know, if you've got any questions dealing with Zoom, Tanya and I were trying to do one a while back. I set me up a separate Zoom account myself to try and help with folks. We're having trouble connecting, bringing stuff up. Jeremy, you weren't available at that time, so I couldn't really get with you. But Jeremy knows pretty much everything needs to be known about doing the stuff with Zoom. He's done many separate ones with some of his folks and stuff. If you have questions, Mr. Jeremy is the one, when it comes to the Zoom, is the one that you need to contact on that.
okay.
Well, what I do?
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say,
Jenny's got something.
I did try to, Todd will vouch to this. I tried to set up I was trying to figure out how to use that video, like okay, all right. So you invited us to this tonight, and we received an email. And well, before you explained it, Lane, I was trying to figure out how to do it, and then I realized that, see, Todd got the email, and he tried to click on it, but there was nowhere to go because I didn't have a Zoom account. So I had to open up a Zoom account that had to be put into that email, so there was a link to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So you have to have something. I don't know. You probably could use Join Me as well.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I love it because you can, like I did it, like you guys know I do a few other things on the side, but
Yeah.
I got with one of my leaders down in West Palm Beach, and it was like we're on the phone, and the next thing you know, I'm like, well, I got to show you this great new spreadsheet that I got. Let me tell you, it's called Air Table. Check it out. It's like a spreadsheet on steroids.
Really?
And you can put all your contact information in there, airtable.com or whatever. Well, my upline with this other gig I'm doing down in West Palm Beach, she didn't know about it, and I mean, it's really something. So, but yeah, and so we immediately, I said, well, here's my Zoom link, get on my Zoom, and then, I shared the screen, and we were like looking at it, and it's something new to learn, but then you don't have all these papers, it's like you put it on there.
You raise another good question. You raise another good question there about, and I apologize if I've raised this before, but keeping up with contacts, if we have different leads, maybe we're putting in 5 people a week that we're looking at a house and putting solar on, and pretty soon we've got 40 people in the pipeline somewhere. Are y'all putting it in a piece of paper for each person, like physical? Are you putting it in a spreadsheet? Is anyone using a contact manager?
That's what that is, Airtable. It's a spreadsheet, and I've never used one, but I'm telling you what, I got a paper problem. And I can't find stuff when I need it. You can just, once you get it written down, you enter it into that spreadsheet, and because everything is like all in the digital world, it's like you can just go to that website and it's all right there in front of you. It's like a virtual file box or file cabinet. It's so awesome.
Cool.
And mine's even pink. I have a pink background.
Cool. Lane, how do you keep up with, I know you're entering a lots of new people all the time. How do you keep up with them?
Yeah.
One of the things I do is I build folders for them in my computer.
Okay.
Each customer.
Right
Yeah.
You know whose this is, Lane? This is my dad's. My dad's in heaven.
Oh,
I
there you
found
go.
this. This is from him working at the racetrack, MIS.
There you go.
There's notes in there, boy.
I build each one of my customers a folder, Karen. I then copy it to a flash drive to keep it separate.
Oh.
And also, each one of my customers has a paper card.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. 3 by
That-
5.
That's good. So, and how do you know on a given week, oh, who you need to follow up with, or who you need?
Well,
It's been 3 months. It's time to contact again. How do you keep up with
I
where
actually
in the
have
pipeline?
I actually have a booklet, a folder, that it's got first time contacted, second time contacted, no, was unable to reach. It's some paperwork I had when I was with Aflac, reaching out to customers that way, that I had original walkthrough and stuff, and it was a sheet from them, that I usually try and use. But I try and keep paper and digital both. If my computer goes down, I have a flash drive of stuff. Customers, I've got another computer in the bedroom. I have a home network that's connected, so I've got stuff on that computer that I read from this one. Like when I load stuff up here, I'll go in the bedroom on that computer, and I'll put files in there too. So I've got kind of backups everywhere. But another thing that I try and do, that I know if I need to get in touch with a customer that I've sent stuff into Geostellar, is this right here. My Google Calendar on
Okay.
here.
Oh, okay.
I type in contact Jim Sherrill or Todd, or contact Jenny, solar customer this time, information put in this date. And that way I can kind of keep track of some stuff that way. Or commercial product, contact so-and-so, or sent email out to them with PDF, reach out in a day to see. I try and put it in the calendar because I get so much going on that if I don't have something, I will forget.
Yeah.
But like you, Jenny, I do carry. I have little notes, books.
Yeah.
I carry one for my other buddy's business. I carry
Yeah.
one for personal, and I carry one for myself business wise. I've got these little flip books, and I can write notes in there, and then I can track them back into the computers at night. I can put them to the USBs, but just try and keep track of stuff, because you can get lost. But if you start putting Post-its all over the place, have you ever seen them comical ones on Facebook where you look and the guy's
Yeah, like
person's
right
completely
here.
filled with Post-its? Yeah, I'm like, I can't even see my computer screen because I got so many Post-its. So you will forget something. But if you have a customer that's really interested and they've just gotten the PDF, put that in your phone in a calculator, or put it in your little business book. I have one of them too. Put it in there for you to get a quick reference, and it can get crazy. But I have a calendar one that I can I can write the date in, whatever I need, and I put stuff in there, and I write stuff, contacted this person, or I need to call this person on this date. And I will go in the mornings when I'm helping my buddy with his tree business and doing this. I will, every morning while I'm having my coffee, I will sit and I'll look and say, okay, I need to reach out to this person. I've got to do this. I've got to do that, and it refreshes you for that day. And it's like the good Lord says, yesterday's gone. Tomorrow we don't know what's going to happen. Concentrate today. Tomorrow morning when I wake up, that's what I concentrate on that day, what I need to do.
Thank you. Organization is like key, and I'll be the first to admit that I fly by the seat of my pants. And so for me to actually have a plan the night before, even like a list of 5 things, I still have not gotten that habit. And I think it's so good. I've been advised to make a list, be it 5, 10 things, and then review it in the morning and go over it. And that calendar, the Google Calendar, is fabulous. Really is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, thank you. Yeah.
I minimized, organized,
There you
Yeah.
not have to have, had to have.
go. Yeah. Well, so thank you again for recording. When we hang up, I'll go back and see,
All right.
what you said. So thank you very much for doing that.
All right, everybody.
Hey,
Is
real
it time?
quick,
Yeah, I'm gonna grab me something to eat. My wife just came out. And
Thank you
turn the
so
light
much,
on.
you guys.
All right.
I
Very
recommend
Hey,
helpful.
everybody. I'll load this video up tonight. I'll post it in Geostellar Breezio, and I'll put it on the YouTube side. Okay, folks.
Alrighty.
Good
All
night.
right.
Thank
If y'all
you very
do
Thanks.
much.
the same, I
Very
recommend.
helpful. Okay.
Thanks, y'all.
Take
Night.
care now. Bye.